Now, to wildlife woes in a Virginia Beach neighborhood. Thanks for watching. I'm Tom Shad.
And I'm Anita Blanton. A viewer in the resort city reached out to 10 on Your Side for help, claiming foxes are threatening his pets. And he's pointing the finger at a neighbor. 10 on Your Side's Liz Kilmer joins us live from the newsroom now. Liz?
Yeah, Mike Herbert says a neighbor's yard off of North Lakeside Drive has been unkept for years, creating a breeding ground for foxes. He says those foxes roam around the residential neighborhood, getting through fences and threatening people and pets. Herbert says he's reached out to the city numerous times and nothing ever seems to change, and so he called us.
Overgrown bushes, weeds. There's a greenhouse, as you can see, barely.
Barely is right. It's hard to see what's going on in the backyard behind Mike Herbert's.
The in-ground pool has not been filled in probably over 10 years, so that's an issue as far as the mosquitoes.
But it's a different kind of wildlife, Herbert says, that concerns him. For years, he says his neighbor's property has been ignored, creating a breeding ground for foxes.
If you give them a habitat like this to live in, then obviously the wild animals are going to come.
He says yesterday his family counted nearly a dozen foxes through the fence, but they don't stay behind it. They roam, like in this other neighbor's yard here, and into Herbert's, he says, threatening his dogs.
Look, come here. Come on. And he gets on the sniff. One day I was out here, the dogs were at the fence, just barking at the babies or whatever. I turned around and seen a fox right over by my shed, and it was the big mama fox, and it was coming to charge my dogs.
Herbert says he has no choice but to trap the foxes. He says he called the city last year, but nothing changed. He called them again, and code enforcement officials tell 10 on Your Side they inspected the property and will issue a notice of violation.
Rob, I just saw someone yesterday. We have 7 days to take care of it.
Do you intend to?
Yeah.
I spoke with a resident at the home in question on North Lakeside Drive. He stated that a health problem has prevented him from taking care of the property and that he hasn't purposefully bred foxes in the yard.
They just live there.
And that, Herbert says, needs to change.
Either somebody's going to get hurt. We have children in this neighborhood. It's wearing on me, and I just need to get it resolved.
Herbert has been capturing the foxes, he says, with traps rented from animal control. I've reached out to animal control to ask what happens with the foxes then. I'm waiting to hear back. More on what code enforcement had to say about the matter on wavy.com. I'm Liz Kilmer, 10 on Your Side.